their coach does not think that they're getting the respect from the refs. And some people out here saying that respect needs to be earned. But my question is, why does respect need to be earned? If you are refing a fair and equal game, what is this respect needs to be earned from? Durante?
This has actually been said before by the Pistons coach that they don't get the respect they need,
Yeah.
and because the refs look at it as, and it's sad now that they do this. The refs look at it as y'all ain't giving us enough to go off of. We ain't on TV because the refs ultimately think, people say, oh, the refs take over the game and they think we want to see them all the time. When they play the Pistons, they not, you know what I'm saying? They don't care. We ain't on TV, so we're just going to treat y'all like whatever because, y'all wasting our time, in quotations. But in the world of sports nowadays, uh, because the gambling gotten so big, I've always said that. Well, there's been cases and stuff, but people like to close their eyes to that. Refs like to gamble and pick'ems and all that stuff, so they alter games. They alter games.
So
They do.
what are you
But
saying?
that the Pistons do deserve some respect because they balling right now. It's just like what Charles Barkley said too. Y'all, I think you said it to me, Brent, but they so busy worried about the big teams, don't realize that other teams are doing good. But I know we're talking about the refs. It just made me think about it. But
Oh,
they
you
just
mean
look
when
at
Chuck
the
said that the people said that the Lakers saved the league because of the
yeah,
trade with Luca, and then he was
yeah,
like, "Y'all need to give some respect to the Thunder and
the Cavs.
the Cavs." Yeah, yeah. I just want to give people insight on what you were referencing if they didn't know.
Yeah, my fault. I couldn't remember exactly what he said, but that's why the NBA trash because number one, the refs just don't know how to ref no more. They just let them do what they want. Um, but back to the how is respect given? These are NBA players. Like we should just give them their respect anyway. They making more money than us. A lot of people say, "Oh, that was just a layup." You don't know what's going through that man's head. You don't know what's going on in the game. Having a bad game, it happens. They're human. But you should not, because they were a bad team, not give them the respect they deserve. Just simple as that. I feel like they earned it because they made it to that team. Simple as that. Like I don't know how else you can earn respect from a ref. It should just be mutual.
I agree. I don't think it needs to be earned. I think it should be there. Brant, what you got on it?
I mean, I'm with Durante. Like to me, if your job, right? So we all work a job of some sort. Ideally, you should be doing your job well and to the best of your ability, depending on what you is that you do, ethically and with fairness to all. So whether you manage people, whether you work with the public in a retail or restaurant capacity, whether you're a business owner, you should be dealing with people ethically. Like I feel like at the end of the day, if we take the money out of it, and this is Durante made an excellent point about the way betting has sort of changed sports in a way that we hadn't seen prior to. I mean, we know we always used to joke about them fixing games and shaving points and doing different stuff, which they were maybe doing, right? We know that based on the previous history of the NBA. But now that it is a legal thing, right, that we can do this from the comfort of our homes and on our phones and all that, it does beg the question about how ethical are you at your job, right? So at the end of the day, the refs look bad because they're not being ethical. They're not treating, like, to me, I don't care if you're the Charlotte Hornets. I don't care if you're the Miami Heat. I don't care if you're the Los Angeles Lakers, the Boston Celtics, the Golden State. You could be any franchise. Your record could be whatever. A foul is a foul. A travel is a travel. Now, I know we laugh, but you got to think, too, and I say this as just a point for us to consider. This is also the same league where 90% of the league travels and carries the ball all night long. All night long. Sit down and watch an NBA game. Like for those of us that are basketball purists, watch an NBA game. And it's not just your big guys that do the carry with their hand underneath the ball. Your guards are doing it now. So in some ways, the league has already sort of kind of let us know where they at because they don't call this stuff because for them, it's the entertainment factor. If they call travels and carries, the amount of whistles that should be in the game would almost be unwatchable, right? So they've made a point with their officiating to not do ethical things. they've taken it to another level because, like to Durante's point, it's a team that for the last decade or so has kind of been in the shadows and they're reemerging, right? But they're not getting the same love that, you know, the Celtics or the Cavs are getting in the East, right? So they feel some type of way, which I can understand. I haven't seen the Detroit game to know how atrocious the calls are. But if the NBA refs are anything like their NFL counterparts, I know they trash.
Well, I mean, they basically ejected Cade Cunningham up out the game. They double teched him and got him on up out of there real quick, fast, in a hurry. And it came off the heels of a play that had nothing to do with my bad. So it really, I mean, to be truly honest with you, I don't remember which one of the dudes basically stepped on his own man's foot, but it was a whole comical thing of errors. And my man, their coach was like, I had enough of it. And I really do think that when you, no matter if you're on TV or where you are, like it could be a brand new team in the league. It could be the the Albuquerque Tumbleweeds. I don't know. And they could. I'm just saying they could be out here a brand new team. At the end of the day, they still deserve respect when it comes to them getting on the court. You got a job you're supposed to do, and I mean, I feel like you should do it no matter what. But Byron, man, how you feel about it?
I mean, the refs been acting like this, man. It ain't nothing new, man. The refs got favorites. They got
need
games
to
they
stop
officiate. It's just games they officiate different than others. You know, the Lakers gonna get officiated different than the Pistons, and the Pistons gonna get officiated different than Celtics.
That shouldn't be the case. You need to, if them zebras are acting like that, you need to get some new zebras in these streets.
They know where they got the superstars. I feel like they know where the star power at.
Cunningham, all right, he's not a superstar, but he's up and coming young. I mean, he'll be fine coming up in this league. He'll be fine.
Yeah.
But my fault. I didn't mean to cut you off, but I just said, I was like, don't knock him like he's not, you know. We know what.
I'm just saying, you just doing all type of stuff. You just fouled these last couple of days.
You okay? You really your feelings are hurt, huh, Byron? Anyway, back to what we was talking about.
He just doing foul shit, man. Like all week.
Continue your conversation about the zebras, man. That's where we at right there.
Yeah, go ahead, man. Just go ahead.
No, I'm
bro.
talking to you. You were talking about the
you,
zebras,
man. I forgive you, bro.
Byron,
go home.
Shit ain't that deep. It's just spilling over.
It sounds pretty deep to you. Anyway, it sounds pretty deep to you. That's not him.
It's just spilling over.
I mean, Byron wants you to come back home too, but when you come back, he wants to Raising Cane's. But that's not
in Raleigh, North Carolina. He ain't get. I mean, not Raleigh. I'm in Winston-Salem. He ain't get shit.
Yeah, I can tell. It's the same place you was at last time. Oh, this man got the same background. They put him in the same room. That's nice.
He had the best Western. He had some different shit.
Anyway, Byron, what else did you have to say about these refs, man?
I mean, it's just the same thing, man. You just get tired of it, bro. You just know that the big market teams get officiated different than the small market teams. When they know they got a superstar, they treat them like a superstar. Like, think about how Ball get officiated. Ball get a lot of calls. I
wouldn't know. I definitely don't watch their games.
But I mean, if you think about it, the max players get different calls. Like, max, it's just certain calls that a max player get. Like, I don't know. I don't know how to explain it.
I'm not gonna do that. You call LaMelo Ball? What you call him?
He's a max player.
He's a max player. Yeah. Is he a superstar or a star, or what kind of player is he?
He's an all-star. He's a superstar to the kids, but on my level of superstardom, nah, I don't think he's there yet.
That's why Wes was like.
But for the youngins, he's top. He's top 5.
Outside of the youngins, forget the youngins. Overall,
I mean, it's more youngins that watch ball than the older cats.
You know why? Because the older cats actually understand there was a real game back in the day. Now it's child's play.
The younger cats gonna sweep it down. Mikey Williams is the guy.
All seriousness, I ain't about to sit here. I told you what I do. For people that don't know, I don't say they trash. I don't call them trash. These guys are in the NBA. They're making more money than me. What I'm going to say is sometimes they could play. They're not playing to their full potential. What the refs are looking at in their stats is, the Pistons ain't been playing their full potential. So you know, all right, how about this? They sit here and make the playoffs this year. Detroit makes the playoffs this year. They're gonna do everything in their power to make sure they don't get to the next round. It's just like that year. And Evan Turner said it on the podcast, was like they win the game 7 against Boston, I think, right? And he said what they would rather see, Philly or Boston against I think at that time it was I want to say the Lakers, maybe.
Yeah, you got to
Either
win them
way.
by at least 15.
Yeah, pretty much you got to win by 15.
Yeah.
For them to get against Boston means they weren't a bad team. But in the league's mind, yeah, we want to see Boston instead of Philly.
Yeah. You know, so you
So
gonna have to
you
really
sitting here
beat
telling
them.
me you have to really be so Detroit actually might mess around and play a team that they can't, you know, you went there, oh, they ain't gonna beat. Next thing you know, they up 2 games. Now all of a sudden the refs like, oh, we gotta figure out how to stop this because nobody wants to see this. Ball fans want to see that. I like to see a team like that beat. I'm an underdog fan. I like to see a team like that beat the Cavs or, you know, whoever it may be they face. But because of, and now understand, is it going to sell tickets? Is it going to have people watch? No, I get on an entertainment basis. But let's be real. If we're going to let's bring the Lakers and Philly in. Yeah, just because Iverson was a superstar, would you have really want to see that in today's league? No, they want to see a bunch of stars on one team playing the finals.
Now you lost me.
Hold on, listen to what I'm saying.
Iverson.
But listen to what I'm saying. In this day and age, how the rest would treat. They want to see Iverson, but if there was a team with more superstar than Iverson, they probably push them. But they'll look at the whole team like it'll just be Iverson scoring. I think
That's
Brett
like
gets
seeing
what I'm saying. He's
Bron
about
in
to
the
say
finals
something.
for the first time against the Spurs.
Because he was LeBron, though.
LeBron wasn't as big as AI at that time.
He was the biggest name coming out of high school. The man came out of high school and everybody was like, this the phenom. Mind you, all right, listen to what I'm saying.
But he wasn't as big as AI when you know what I'm saying. You know, so when he went to final, people who are not who are casual fans don't know that Bron went to the finals with the Spurs against the Spurs.
But I understand that. But what I'm saying is, if you look at the level of how LeBron came out of high school, he was the most talked about.
I get that.
All right, Iverson, yes, I'm getting what you're saying. At that point in his career, yes, Iverson was a must-watch. But if you bring that team, those 2 teams, into this league today with these type of refs and this type of, you know, nobody gonna want to see that. Like Iverson ain't got nobody; it's just him. It's just like Cade Cunningham. Cade Cunningham is Iverson. I'm not. Listen to what I'm saying when I say this. God forgive me when I say this. Cade Cunningham is low-key Iverson right now because he's the best on that team. He's the best on that team. Understand what I'm saying? He's the best on that team.
Bye.